Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Chili from the Ultimate Guide Group, your go-to place for all things adulting. So make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and let's get started. Last week, or a couple of weeks ago, I'm not too sure when the last video went up, I did a video that ran through all of my salary negotiation tips. I also did a reel on our Instagram, so do make sure you'll follow us on Instagram. As promised on that video, there are a number of questions that were under the reel, and there were also an additional number of questions that are under that video that I wanted to discuss and talk about on this video. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to run through all those questions. If you do have any additional questions, please do leave them in the comments down below. I will get to them and make sure that all of your questions are answered. FYI, all of the questions are asked on my phone, so if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my phone for those questions. So one of the questions was, how can I apply this to the charity sector as it's much more difficult? Completely agree. I think that with the charity sector, it may be difficult to increase the gross pay, so that base rate that they give you, if it's like 30k or 35k or 25k or 23k, whatever it is. But ultimately, you want to be talking about the overall package and what it is that they're factoring into the overall package when they're giving you the offer. So as I mentioned in that last video, and if you haven't watched it, please go and watch it, but I was talking about things like extra holiday days, trainings, conferences, perks, any sort of medical or dental insurance that they can give you, whether or not there's a chance for you to get a signing bonus or be able to negotiate or review your salary slightly earlier than like an annual review. Is there a way in which they can cover off childcare? Can they cover off commuting expenses? Can they provide you office equipment, etc.? Just think about different ways that you can get some benefit that is non-monetary but is still a benefit to your overall development at that role. Can you ask the above benefits as a PAYE as opposed to a contractor? Wouldn't certain companies have a standard package for all employees? No, that's not the case at all. The salary and the compensation package are negotiated differently depending on the employee. So for example, if you have somebody that comes in my case as like a first year associate from a different law firm, they may be able to negotiate a better package than somebody who comes in as a first year from a different law firm. It kind of just depends on how the negotiations go about, but you should always try and see if you can negotiate your salary to make sure that you're being adequately compensated either through monetary means and also non-monetary means. Also, I had no idea that you could negotiate your annual leave, and this is a question that came up quite a bit actually on the reel. Obviously, I'm not saying that you're out there, they give you 25 days and you're like, no, give me more. That's not what I'm saying. But some firms and some organizations do allow for, like I said in the video, and again, go and watch the video if you haven't yet watched it, they negotiate and allow for self-care days or activity days or charity days. Provided that you're thinking about it in that way and characterize it like that, then you should be able to at least ask for it and see whether or not the company or organization is amenable to it. The next question was, I would like a salary increase in social services. How do I go about this? And again, it's similar to what I was saying in the video, but it's about like a fact-finding exercise. So working out whether or not, one, the market supports an increase to your salary. So looking at what other social workers get in terms of your grade. So I know that social work, similar to other governmental bodies, they have certain levels, and like if you're at that level, then you get a certain amount, and if you're at the next level, you get a certain amount in terms of your salary. So you want to have that discussion and work out what it is a social worker with your level of experience, your level of qualification would get, and if it's less than what you're getting, then that's a good thing. If it's more than what you're getting, then it's easy for you to have a conversation about that. If it's at what you're getting, then you want to go to the second part of the equation that I was talking about in the video. So it's looking at what the market supports, and then also what you need as a contractor, as a social worker, as an employee, all of that kind of stuff. And you want to start thinking about your USP, then your achievements, any sort of skills, any certifications that you've gotten that actually justify you, that despite the fact that the market only provides you with X, what you bring to the role and the way in which you develop the community or develop the company or move the company further in terms of its direction, or the council further in terms of its direction, justifies you to have a higher salary. But you just want to be able to communicate that and back it up with facts, results, quantification, and all of that kind of stuff. And then you also want to see if there's any precedent for you being able to negotiate your salary. You can probably get this from a union or a union representative to help you work out whether or not there's any precedent to negotiate in, like, you know, governmental roles or social services, and then see whether or not there's anything that they can do in addition to the salary. Just think about it a bit more creatively, that doesn't just look at the gross salary and the base rate that you're paid as a social worker or government employee. Instead, can you still negotiate a salary even if they have the salary range on the job post? And similar to what I said earlier, yes, they would have hoped that you have read it, and then hopefully they wouldn't have to get into a discussion with you about it, but you can definitely have that conversation. There's no reason why you can't have the conversation. I definitely suggest that you do. How do you start the conversation once getting the offer? So similar to what I said in the previous video that I did, and I'll leave that in the cards and in the description box down below, make sure that you have all of the information to hand. So the first thing that you want to be able to say something like, thanks so much for the offer, can I have a few days to think about it? And make sure you have all of the information. So you have the gross salary and also the compensation and benefits package. And if you don't have that, just ask for it. Then once you've had a couple of days and you've looked at it, you've done your research, you understand what your USP is, and you understand what you're going into the meeting asking for, then you want to have a conversation similar to what I put on this post here. And the best way that I do it is to start off the conversation with, thank you so much for the offer, I think the company is great and I'm really excited to start working for the company. I've reviewed the compensation and benefits package, and based on my research and also what I'm planning to offer to the role and the company, can we discuss a higher offer of, and then include your offer. I've also included a post here that covers all of the responses that you can give once you've gotten the offer. Again, this negotiation, the salary negotiation point, should really only come when you have the offer. Don't be negotiating when they've just responded to your application and they haven't even interviewed you, and you still have 5 other stages to go through before they give you the offer. Do they need to know that you're valuable before you can start negotiating salaries? Okay, how does the convo start? Read benefits if no salary increase. So if, for example, they say, nope, this is the highest that we can go in terms of the salary, then you want to start thinking about how it is that you can benefit or move and negotiate on the benefits and compensation package. So then you can say something like, noted on the budget restrictions, in terms of the benefits or compensation package, can we discuss, bam. Can we discuss the flexible working and hybrid working arrangements? What are the maternity leave and paternity leave policies? Can we discuss this? Can we discuss that? And basically run through all of the different 10 points that I put in that other video to work out if there's a way that you can increase the benefits to you. Can you do it for every role or just top professional roles? You can pretty much do it for any role. It doesn't really matter. Like an admin assistant can do it, a top lawyer can do it, somebody who's just graduated from university can do it. Like I said, there are some roles that are so ingrained that it'll be difficult for you to be able to move the market in terms of salary on that. But for the most part, once you've got a couple of years of experience under your belt, then you can use that as a negotiating tactic if you decide to like lateral or move into different departments or move into different organizations. How to reject an increased offer because it's lower than what you want. So if they've increased the offer but it's still lower than what you want, and if you just want to reject their offer completely, then that's fine, you can do that. You're completely within your rights to do that. There's a post that we did here which was basically to explain how it is that you reject the offer, and ultimately you just want to tell them, you know, thank you for the whole process, that you've really enjoyed it, and then tell them what the issues were, right? If it was just that it was the salary, then you let them know that salary was an issue. If you're open to any other roles in the organization, then let them know that, so that if any other roles come up and they come up within your salary range, then hopefully it will prompt them to reach out to you because you've already passed all of the other interview stages. My brother and sister used to get really like angsty about this, and they were like, oh, I don't want to reject somebody because they did all that kind of stuff. And I was like, how many rejections have you gone through? Like, there are so many times when you've been rejected and the company doesn't bat an eyelid. Hi guys, sorry about the change in quality. My camera just died and I definitely wanted to finish off this video. If there are any other questions, please do leave in the comments down below. I have a whole highlight on this on my page, so definitely go and check that. That covers all of the questions that I've mentioned. I'll leave a link to my Instagram profile in the description box down below. I hope this was helpful. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, share this with anybody who might find this helpful. And if there are any other topics that you want us to cover, please do let us know. Again, apologies for the quality. I definitely just wanted to make sure I got this video out because I appreciate that there are a number of people who are negotiating their salary and really want to make sure that they're doing it as best as they can. And I'll see you next time. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.